Hello, hello, hello. This is Attorney Mike Revlin coming to you from Chicago. As usual, I don't know where Judge Simpson is. I don't know where he is. I'm afraid that they might have changed and they're not going to be on YouTube this year. I don't know. I'm just making that up. I'm starting rumors. I don't know. I'm just wondering why he's not there. So I'll figure something out.
No, I think that's how it got confused. The pretrial was received and submitted on 3 separate occasions, October 26th, December 6th, and December 9th. However, it appears that the defendant pled back in 2013.
All right, we're still in Washtenaw County. Judge Washington. Tell me if you see Judge Simpson. I'll switch over.
I'm gonna mute you for 1 second. Sorry, getting a lot of background noise. One moment.
Hopefully Glue Guy shows up. My favorite Judge Washington moment. She's got her own playlist, but that was the pinnacle for me.
So I think this file is so old that the first entry on the ROA that's before me says he was before the court for a sentencing, which is way back in 2012. So give me one moment. I got to look back in the actual documents themselves to try to figure out what happened.
Oh man, I gotta get together.
And so it begins. Yep, that's right. A new favorite clip. Get up.
Okay, so back on September the 9th of 2012, at the preliminary examination stage, he pled to count 2 motor vehicle tampering with an agreement to pay $2,200 in restitution to Stephen Carpo and an agreement that he would not receive any deferred sentencing. So it was reduced to a misdemeanor at that stage. And then it was sent over to Judge Pope. And Judge Pope sentenced him after a number of non-appearances. So he's here only as to, he got 90 days of Washtenaw County Jail credit for 76. So he's only here as to the restitution, which was $2,200 on that case.
Okay, thank you. And on that case, we would ask for an adjournment. He is serving time until August in the Wayne County Jail currently.
How long will he be there?
Do you know your exact release date, sir?
All right. We've got Simpson up and running. Well, we got him up, not running. What am I supposed to do in that circumstance? You know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do. Don't even start with me.
Say a word. Oh, and go ahead and put yourself on mute now.
I'm going to go through my clips like a jerk. Because why wouldn't I?
Yeah. Without getting into further detail, there were drugs involved that people were giving to me that ended up being glue. Like I smoked some glue and stuff. I thought I was smoking crack, and
Oh, good Lord. Make it make sense. I'm just happy. I thought that they might have made the executive decision that 2023 they are not going to provide material for Law Talk with Mike, which would have made me sad. It would have made Judge Webster sad. Judge Middleton sad, because then, you know, they'd have to pick up the slack. Thank you, Miss Y. Oh, I used to get freaked out by these wild goose chases. Now I enjoy them. Like, whatever, I don't care. I'll just pour a cup of coffee. Whatever happens, happens. You know, no matter what, I'm doing better than this.
Oh, man, I got to get together.
What else do we have in here? Is it too early?
See, I'm going to use Miss Fowler's word. She now is in a throuple. And not only does she choose to be in a throuple, and she's shacked up in the bed with the throuple. Now, if anybody thinks this is okay, I am in the wrong world.
Ah. Judge Simpson has made it, although I don't hear him. Is that me?
Your Honor, we're supposed to be able to hear you. We can't.
Jesse or Jack? Okay, here I am. I'm adjusting the volume. Of course, the problem is that he doesn't have his mic on at all.
I am unmuted now.
I don't know how that happened.
Okay, very good. Okay, we're not sure how exactly that happened with this new system, but Mr. Ojak, can you now hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I don't know what you did, Ann, but keep that up. All right. As I said to everybody, Happy New Year and good morning. And Detective Smith, if you're available, sir. Oh, there you are. Okay, you have brought forth 3 search warrants, which I've reviewed. Would you raise your right hand, please? You solemnly swear or affirm the information contained in the search warrant and affidavits are true to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief? Oh, I can't hear that. Okay, hold on one moment. I have no audio through there.
But I think that's him. I don't know.
You
if
think
that's
it's on his?
us, right? Because we heard Mr. Ojak.
Right, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Okay.
Oh, man, I got to get together.
Is that correct?
I do.
All right, very good. I will sign off on all of these and then we will get those over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You do the same. Stay safe, please. Okay, do I have a state prosecutor? I do have a state.
Yes.
PD. Pardon? Yes. All right. Ms. McDuffie, we could, why don't we start out with the waiver?
Good morning and Happy New Year.
And to you.
APA Rachel McDuffie on behalf of the people waive any conflict between this honorable court and the Office of the Public Defender for all cases on today's docket. The people do not believe that a conflict exists, but we make this waiver for the avoidance of any doubt.
All right. And who's here from the PD's office? Oh, she's back. I didn't know she was here.
You didn't
All
scare
right,
me.
Ms. Reed, please.
I'm here. Good morning, and again, Happy New Year. Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender. We would also waive, though we do not believe that any conflicts exist at this time.
The court, for its part, also does not believe that a conflict exists either due to Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder. To the extent one does, the court, given the waivers, would consent to hear the matter. Court does call the case of Ann Arbor Township versus Mary Ann Natty.
Jesse Ojek for Ann Arbor Township.
And good morning, Your Honor. Dan Guerin on behalf of Miss Natty to my right. Mary Ann, can you identify yourself?
I'm Mary Ann Natty.
Good morning. All right, what are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, before arraignment and pretrial, the township and I have reached a resolution. I'll let Mr. Ojak place that on the record.
We've agreed to plea responsible to the civil infraction, fail to yield. I just picked out something that I thought was close, which is a right-of-way one, which is 257.649.
257-649.
Yes.
Okay.
$130.
What I'm going to do is, Mr. Guerin, just so that we have it all correct, you're waiving formal reading, your client standing mute, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
Original judge. Thank you. And ma'am, do you admit responsibility to the fact that on the date and time in question, that being December 1st, 2022, at a location in Ann Arbor Township, that you failed to yield?
Yes.
Or will accept that admission to count 2, count 1 is dismissed. Fines and costs of $130. When can that be paid?
Paid immediately, Your Honor.
Pardon?
It can be paid immediately.
All right, thank you. I'll just put today and should be in the system sometime this afternoon. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Gonna do that. Court does call the case of Ann Arbor Township versus Shakira Roberson. I gotta remember.
Jesse Ojek for Ann Arbor Township.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Miss Roberson. Miss Roberson, could you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Is she dialed in? We don't have her checked in.
I do believe she's dialed in because she was having issues.
Hello.
There she is.
Hello, what's your name?
Yeah, Shakira Johnson Roberson.
Okay, very good. All right, what are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, counsel has provided me a copy of the license that the Ms. Roberson has obtained. Based on that, the township would add a second count of 257.326 and plea to that, dismiss count 1.
We're gonna have a problem. I don't have a problem with the arrangement. She needs a camera if I'm gonna take a plea.
Miss Roberson, do you believe you could try once more to log in to the hearing using the link?
Yes.
Okay.
So what am I doing? You're asking me to pass the matter?
Just briefly.
Pass it. They're done. All right. I would call the case of Ann Arbor Township versus Carla Cardona. Is it Palacio?
Jesse Ojek for Ann Arbor Township.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Miss Cardona Palacios. Miss Cardona Palacios, can you state your name for the record?
¿Cómo se llama?
No, she can't. She doesn't speak English.
Your Honor, I am
Are you
based on the fact that
hold on.
Oh, you
ahead.
think they'd know this?
Based on the fact that she obtained a license and paid the civil infraction, I was just going to move to dismiss this one. So I'm not sure an interpreter is really necessary. I think I'm just dismissing.
Yeah, it's not.
I would leave that to Miss Reed as to whether or not you want us to call up an interpreter for the dismissal.
I can follow up with her. I do have her contact information. I can make sure that that is explained to her.
Good Lord.
Fully. She was under the impression that that is what possibly was going to happen today. So I can just confirm.
Good news. Your ticket's dismissed. You did the
Then I
right
will.
To dismiss.
Congratulations.
This case is dismissed. Motion of the. All right. Gracias. Tell her in some way that concluded. You're gonna try to do it. Okay. And then you get this. Court does call the case of the people versus Joanna Liverance.
Rachel McDuffie on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Lowell Frieden on behalf of defendant Joanna Liverance.
Present.
Yes.
Can you state your name, please, ma'am?
Joanna Liverance.
All right, what are we doing on this one?
Your Honor, this is the first pretrial before you. Your Honor, I've reviewed the reports with my client. I would like the opportunity to further research an issue within discovery, at which point I'll then speak with the prosecuting attorney to see if there's any resolution available. With that in mind, Your Honor, could we schedule this matter for a final pretrial before Your Honor?
You want it set for a final pretrial? I don't have a problem doing that.
I call that enough for an Andrew.
Next week is the 10th at 1 p.m.
Your Honor, I'm unavailable.
Well, hold on, counsel. Are you asking to put this on the track for jury selection? Because that's what final pretrial means to us.
Okay,
Or
no,
you
Your Honor.
for an adjourned pretrial day?
Yes, please.
Okay, which one of those?
I'm sorry, I spoke over you and it didn't come through clearly. I just need to adjourn the pretrial, Your Honor.
All right, very good. We can do that. What day?
So we have the 10th. I don't know if that's enough time.
We have the 10th or the 24th, counsel. Which would you prefer?
Is the 24th in the morning, Your Honor?
Yes, it is.
That would be a perfect match.
So I will adjourn this matter January 24th,
Do indeed.
2023 at 9 a.m. for Zoom in the case. Bond will continue with its conditions. All right.
Thank you, Kylie.
Thank you.
Have a great morning.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Anthony Williams.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Joseph Hall appearing in court on behalf of Mr. Williams, who appears via the Zoom application without objection. Happy New Year, Judge.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Happy New Year to you too, Mr. Hall. All right. And is Mr. Williams here?
He is. Mr. Williams, could you please unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Anthony Williams.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, today is the, I've spoke with Ms. McDuffie, and I believe we've reached a full resolution in this matter, whereby Mr. Williams will plead guilty to allowing a driver to drive in violation of the motor vehicle code, and in exchange for that plea, Ms. McDuffie would be willing to dismiss the original count.
Is this under 326?
Correct, Your Honor, the misdemeanor. Yes.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Williams, can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, state your name for the record again, please.
Anthony Williams.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of allowing an ineligible driver to operate a motor vehicle. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and or a $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're also giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
I like the empty chair shot.
Yes, sir.
On the date of June 12, 2022, at the location of Godfredson Road, Salem Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, did you have custody or control of a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you allow someone who was otherwise ineligible to operate that motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
They're on the struggle bus.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Anything either you or your client want to say before I impose sentence?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Williams is doing remarkably well in so many ways in life, and I appreciate Ms. McDuffie for her consideration.
See, that's the whole problem with Hall. He said no, and I thought I'd just be able to go right into it, but then he had to answer. It's like he always has to just spill the space. Anyway, fines and costs of $250, 90 days suspended. Sir, when can you get that paid?
Could you give me like 3 weeks?
January 31st. Can you get it paid?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, January 31st, 2023. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I figured you missed my voice, so I didn't want to, keep it brief.
I did.
It's been a long holiday.
It was haunting me the whole time I was off that I didn't hear your voice. I haunting made me a punch. All right, thank you.
Take care, everybody. Happy New Year.
My computer closed again, so just keep going.
Oh, I can keep.
I mean, he's doing this recording and everything.
Okay, gotcha. Court calls the case, People versus Latara Jones.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender. On behalf of Latara Jones, if you are present, could you please state your name for the record?
Latara Jones.
She was not checked in.
She was not checked in.
I have not heard from my client either, so.
Catch up to her. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond $5,000. I'll give it 10% privilege on that. Previous warrants, this warrant will issue immediately. Court calls the case of the People versus Leonje Parker.
Your Honor, this is actually not mine.
It is not. It is a Superior Township case.
She was signed in earlier and then promptly signed right back out.
Yeah, they've been having some difficulties this morning. They've been texting me this entire time. Mr. Parker.
Okay, so Ms. Parker, and you're saying she was signed in?
She signed in briefly and then dropped out. But I did not see her come back.
We've not seen her come back in. Why don't I just do this? See if we can solve this. I'll just adjourn this 10th.
Yes, at 1 p.m. please.
I'll just adjourn this January 10th, 2023, 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Scout.
Yes.
Court calls the case, People versus Sydney Scout.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Ms. Scomp. Ms. Scomp, I see you're present. Could you state your name for the record?
Sydney Scamp.
And Your Honor, I believe that Ms. Scomp did end up entering the plea on that felony matter on December 27th, so this matter should be dismissed.
Any objection?
None.
All right. This case is dismissed. Thank you, Ms. Scott.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too, Your Honor.
I'm running on Staples.
Court calls the case, People versus Seth Staples.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Staples. Mr. Staples, could you please state your name for the record?
Seth Staples.
Your
What are we
Honor, we
doing?
did discuss this. Mr. Staples is willing to accept the offer to plead to the first count and have the second dismissed.
He's going to plead to count one, count two would be dismissed. Is that the offer?
Correct,
No.
Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Staples, can you turn your camera back on, please, sir? And unmute yourself. There you go. Okay, he's done. You're not driving right now, are you, sir?
No, I am in the car though.
Yeah, I know. I see that you're in a car. I just want to make sure you're not driving. All right. Can you raise your right hand, please? Is your camera reversed or you need the other right hand? There we go. All right. Do
Oh,
you solemnly swear or
me.
affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name again for the record.
Seth Staples.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to attempted interference with an electronic communication device. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, a $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that, sir?
I mean, the car is
Yes, sir.
moving, and he keeps
Understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And to
Wow.
that charge, how do you plead?
driving.
Say it again.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, sir.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak to you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to this charge?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, sir.
I'm really pulling for him to get pulled over.
March
Right.
19, 2022, at the location of 1597 Sheffield Drive, Superior Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. What did you do on that date that makes you think that you're guilty of that offense?
I damaged the phone.
And in damaging the phone, was the individual whose phone it was attempting to communicate with someone?
Yeah.
Okay, and you damaged the phone and prevented that communication. Is that correct?
Yes,
or at
sir.
least interfered with it. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
I think that's it, counsel. Counsel, has the court complied with the court rule, and would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Defense is satisfied as well.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count one. Count two is dismissed. Defendant referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report and consideration of any restitution. Sentencing in this matter will be
February 8th, 2023.
I have February 8th. Is this supposed to be a DV case or no?
No, Your Honor, this is,
Oh.
the complaining witness is his grandmother. It's a family.
Okay.
issue.
All right, very
he's-
good. I just wanted to
he's
make
got
sure.
his camera.
February 8th,
Yep.
2023,
going by.
9 a.m.
I'll
And
give
do we
him,
have probation intake?
I'll give him
We
point.
do. All right, sir.
Your
what
Honor, I'm
gonna
sorry,
do-
Your Honor, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to interrupt, but I can see, like earlier, I could see objects moving in the background of Mr. Staples' window.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if Mr. Staples is saying that he is the passenger in that car, if he could just confirm that, because the car has been moving this
show
whole
us the
time.
driver.
So I'm just concerned about his safety.
I love it. She called
I'm
him
sitting
out.
in the car at work in the parking lot. I just got dropped off.
Okay. All right, Mr. Parker,
No,
or Mr. Staples, excuse me.
he did just
Mr.
complete.
Staples?
Yes.
You need to stay stationary for a brief second. Okay. I'm going to put you into a breakout room with the probation department. They're going to give you information and get some information from you so we can proceed to sentencing on February 8th. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well played.
All right, very good. We'll put you into a breakout room now. Thank you.
I'm really glad you mentioned it. Nothing will happen to him, but it's just good.
Yeah.
It's good he got called out.
Courthouse case, People versus Isaiah Grantham.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
This is an arraignment, no counsel, are they here?
They are not.
They are not here. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $5,000. Give a 10% privilege on that. There is a previous warrant, so this warrant will issue immediately. Ready on Griffin Reason. Court calls case, People versus Tanae Griffin Reason.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Arraignment, and she is.
She is now.
She is present.
I am present.
Okay, state your name for me, ma'am.
Tanae Griffin, hyphenated reason.
All right, do you have video capability, ma'am?
Hey.
Oh, there she is, I think. Ma'am, I'm going to arraign you on charges. You're before the court on charge of assault and or assault and battery alleged to have occurred against Merche Watkins Turner in Superior Township. You understand the nature of that charge, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
That is a misdemeanor as indicated. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. First question I have for you is, do you wish to be represented by an attorney?
That makes
No,
sense.
sir.
No?
No.
Okay. So what are you going to do with this case? How do you wish to plead to this case?
Not guilty.
Okay. And then enter that not guilty plea. But then what do you want me to do with this case?
Hope that it get dismissed, but I mean,
You want me to set it for trial?
No trial. No.
Well, we're going to have to set it for trial. If you're
Pleading,
pleading, hold on. If you're pleading not guilty, we're going to have to set it for trial unless you work something out.
nah,
Let me ask you this again. Ms. Griffin Reason, do you want to be represented by an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because they'll know what to do, right?
Yeah, they definitely will.
Yeah, because you had no clue.
But
right?
I also can, yes. Also state I do live in Arizona, so everything has to be through Zoom.
So we got to go out to Arizona and get her?
Yeah. No. I'll come back when we come back.
Worry about it. I don't mind taking a road trip. We will go out there. You see a Ford roll up on you, that's me. All right? Okay. This becomes a public defender's case. Ms. Reed.
Thank you. Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Ms. Griffin Reason. We would waive any further reading of the charges, stand mute, and request a pretrial date.
I'll adjourn this then out to,
So the 10th at 1 p.m.
you want the 10th at 1 p.m. or you want the 24th?
The 10th will be fine.
All right.
Yeah, it went a lot better with
January
your
10th, 2023, 9 a.m. That's the bond in this case.
We would just request a personal bond in this matter.
What I will do is I'll set a bond at a $5,000 personal recognizance bond, standard conditions, including no assaultive behavior. I will defendant. And ma'am, you live in Arizona?
Yes, I do.
All right, so I'll indicate the defendant may reside in Arizona. Let her stay. No alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to also indicate that you're to have no contact with Merche Watkins Turner. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. All right. Thank you. We'll see you in a few days.
All right, you guys.
Did you say the bond?
I said 5,000 here. This is okay. Court calls the cases of the people versus Byron Luckett Husick.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
This isn't a ring. He's not.
He is not present. You have all four for him.
Only 73 and 74.
Okay, there are other warrants. Got it. All right. Days are set for arraignment, and this individual has not appeared. Bench warrants will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of 5,000, 10%. Those warrants will issue immediately.
Have you ever had a failure to appear?
Possibly.
Court recalls the case, People versus Shakira Roberson.
Here.
Jesse Ojek for Ann Arbor Township.
Sylvana Reed, public defender with and on behalf of Ms. Roberson. Ms. Roberson, could you please state your name for the record?
Shakira Johnson Roberson.
Thank you.
And what were we doing in this case?
City was adding a count of 257.326 and it pleaded that dismiss count 1.
All right, ma'am, raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
State your name for the record, please.
Shakira Johnson Roberson.
All right. You can put your hand down. Ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to the charge of allowing an eligible driver to operate a motor vehicle. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and or a $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak to you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
And because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense?
Yes.
On August 17, 2022, at the location of Dixboro Road, Ann Arbor Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, did you have custody or control of a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Did you allow somebody who was otherwise ineligible to operate that motor vehicle?
No.
Well, all right, let me ask it this way. Did you allow somebody who was otherwise ineligible to operate that motor vehicle, which may have included yourself on that?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, very good. I think we got it. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule and would it
City
be
is
proper to
satisfied.
accept this defendant's plea?
City is satisfied. I mean, the
Defendant
township is
satisfied.
All right, she almost blew it. All right, court will accept the defendant's plea to count two. Count one is dismissed. Ma'am, is there anything you want to say before I do impose sentence?
No.
Yeah, you almost messed that entirely up. Fines and costs of $250, 90 days suspended. When can you get that paid, man?
Can I get 3 weeks?
She just saw the other guy ask her 3 weeks. She knows at the end of the month rather than count out those days. But I should give her the 24th, which would be 3 weeks on the nose, but I won't do that. Or should I? Because she almost messed up the plea. All right, fine. I'll give it to you. Paid by January 31st, 2023. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, thank you.
And Your Honor, I
You're
believe that was my last case. Have a nice rest of the day.
You do the same, Mr. Ojak. Thank you. That's it for this docket. Okay, court will stand in recess.
Oh, man, I gotta get together.
What is this? The court's in recess. I don't see the cone killer yet. Oh, the hair is not looking good. Sorry. We might get a hot mic moment. So.
You can, she can still hear me.
Yes. Okay, hold on.
I think it's off now.
Ms. McDuffie gets a full goat for calling out that defendant. That's what I'm saying, Mark. She's got to come on. She's got to come on. For some reason, he always calls her late. No, I doubt it. Good morning, Ms. Maria. It did. This stream was brought to you by Iris in Texas and the letter L. I actually checked this morning in Discord. Iris got it to me. She sent me a screenshot that looked very official. I don't think she made this stuff up. And she knows this law talking stuff. So I'm confident that he's just taking a little breather here, taking a little breather, and we're going to be back. So they didn't call her, but we did have the driving adventure. That was kind of good, and of course we had the classic screwing up the plea to letting someone else drive. Oh, we've seen Judge Middleton go through it. We've seen Judge Simpson go through it. It's a classic. That's specific code provision in Michigan. I'm sure there are others like it, but since I'm always since these Michigan has on YouTube, we're used to that goofy provision. I lost some of my clips. This is not cool. I don't know where they went. At least at least I didn't lose this one because that's important.
Now, you didn't say the cat jumped on his wiener, did you?
I got a lot of questions about Judge Marable, because I don't know. I guess he came up from the year in review, but Judge Marable is not streaming, or at least I'm not seeing it. He used to be a staple. I actually wanted to put that in there. The day it was a stream going nowhere, but I may have had cocktails going. So there was a long stream, and I might have had a few in me. And this thing just kept going, and Judge Marable was like not getting anywhere with this hearing. But when the defendant comes out, actually, it was the plaintiff in that case. Whatever. Let's not go into the procedural history. He was pro se. He was making no sense, and his email was make it make sense. It was one of my favorite moments of last year, but it needed too much context to put in the review video. All right. Well, we still have this one. Who's Sandra Young? I thought she was the one who just pled. Oh, thank you, Ms. Queen. And she super chatted. And you did too, Mr. Baker. So don't be telling on other people. No, thank you both. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, I love that clip too. It was between that and the quiet clip. There's so many good Simpson clips. There were so many clips I didn't do. That took forever, and that thing could have been 7 hours long. There was so much more that happened, but for whatever reason, I tried to keep it near an hour. I don't know why. It was a made-up rule, but that was my thought process.
Never basically pulled anything out. So you can talk with your attorney about that.
Yeah, ma'am. Well, I never exposed myself. And
That was a gift to start the year, I have to say. Yeah, actually, I think that's not a bad idea. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. I'm going to leave this on. Talk amongst yourselves. Thank you. I'm not going anywhere. I've got it on. I'm just gonna make a cup of coffee here.
Mm. Okay, I'm assuming that's a yes. Okay.
If you haven't hit like and subscribe, I just want you to know that you're hurting Jack's feelings.
He was dry humping all that, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was getting after it when I pulled up. Hey, at least he was thinking about protection.
I mean, from who? Ground?
I mean, he don't know what's on this ground.
Look at the look at baby oil. Maybe that's what I touched. Maybe it was baby oil.
I hope it was baby oil.
These mothers do not break my automobile. Oh, damn it!
Stay out of Fulton County, sir. The only reason you're going to come to Fulton County is court or to see your lawyer. Not even get gas. Can't even stop at Chick-fil-A. Stay Let me hear. Wow.
And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Don't make Oscar beg. It's rude.
Oh, man, I gotta get together.
I already have one. I already have a couple up. They're horrible. They're unwatchable. But I do.
No, you may not.
You shut up, huh? Now we see the violence inherent in the system.
Y'all out there bunny hopping. I'm out here dealing with a naked man humping the ground.
Something wrong with this clip, but I just can't put my finger on it.
It's a double rainbow. Hey, Cal, look at that. It's a double rainbow.
What do you want?
Lordship, my senior will not be here.
What do you want?
Lordship, another date, Lordship.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
No, put place your screen on mute.
Great morning. All right.
Okay.
I am Judge Lanice Bryant. Welcome to the 36th District Court. You are at the 36th District Court. You are at 36th District Court. You are at 36th
Where are we,
District
Judge?
Court. You are at 36th District Court. You have logged
Help! Help! I'm being repressed, bloody peasant!
Yep, it might be a while. I will do no such thing.
$25,000.
That's so dumb.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's stupid.
You're gonna get a copy of this $2,500. Yeah, you're going
Here,
down.
give me, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, you're right. It is crazy. Let's change that. Bond's 50,000.
Nailed it. You're invested now, Nicole. You can't go anywhere. The poll is surprisingly close.
The 14A District Court for County of Washtenaw, State of Michigan is now back in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
I think they
Judge, it
should have to
appears
go.
the recording system is on a lag. We cannot hear you. Okay, now try it again.
Ms. McDuffie, can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. Sooner or later, we'll figure it out. All right, court does call the case of the people versus Carissa Cope.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Ms. Cope. Ms. Cope, could you please unmute the microphone and state your name for the record?
Carissa Cope.
And what are we doing in these cases?
We are going to ask for an adjournment in this matter. I believe that there is video discovery that we are attempting to see if that is available.
Just the only cases holding Ms. Cope?
She does have some other cases, I believe, that are scheduled for the 12th of January that are also holding.
I'll set this then for the 10th.
Great, thank you.
2023 at 1 p.m.
Thank you so much.
She has cash bonds in these cases or a monetary amount.
Yes.
You want that to continue?
For now, yes, and we'll address that once we know what's happening in those other cases.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Cope.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, people versus Tavon Johnson.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Vincent on behalf of Mr. Johnson, who I do see are in the lobby. At least I did see him in the lobby.
So Tavon Johnson, here I am.
Okay, there you are. All right. Okay, what are we doing?
Well, good morning, Your Honor. At this point, Your Honor, I think we would just like to go ahead and set this for a final settlement conference.
Your Honor, if I may, I think this is our first pretrial. And so I would like to yes, it looks like so I would like to ensure that we all have full discovery. I don't think I have any media yet for this case. So
okay. All right.
Let me hear. Wow.
German on this.
I'll adjourn the matter. You get a one. I'll adjourn it to January 10th, 2023, 1 p.m.
January 10th at 1 p.m.
Yes, sir.
And that will be via Zoom.
Yes, it will.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not seeing a Janelle. Are we going to spend all morning? She's not showing up.
Court does call the case of the people versus Davion Copeland.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Mr. Copeland. Mr. Copeland, could you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Oh, good Lord.
You hear me? You got it. You got it.
I didn't do it, but you're welcome. Thank
Take your
you.
name. Davion Copeland. Very good. All right, what are we doing?
We are going to ask for an adjournment in this matter as well. I believe there is some video discovery that we will review. So I am thinking the 24th would be the best. He has some other cases that are going to be heard that week as well. And so hopefully if we're closer to the date of those cases, those are going to be on the 26th. We'll also have a better idea of what's happening in those other matters.
January 23rd, 2023, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
All right, bond will continue at this point, Liz. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Copeland. All right. Calls the case, People versus Christopher Morgan.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Christopher Morgan.
Good morning. All right, what are we doing?
Is Mr. Goldstein present?
Yes.
He's technically here. Mr. Goldstein? Send a message. I hate passing anything. Mr. Goldstein? Okay. All right, Mr. Morgan, I'm going to pass your matter briefly. As soon as Mr. Goldstein appears, we'll get you called back up, all right?
All right.
Court calls the case of the People versus Eugene Ackland.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jamil Williams for Superior Township.
I didn't think he was going to say anything today.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Ackland. Mr. Ackland, if you are present, could you please unmute and state your name for the record?
I do not have him checked in.
He's not checked in.
And I have not, unfortunately, heard back from him either.
Mr. Williams making an appearance. Defendant doesn't even show up. Bench warrant will issue bond 5,000, 10%. That warrant will. Interesting. What is Fred? That warrant won't issue until January 6, 2023. Court calls the case of People versus Aziza Ibrahim.
Jamil Williams for Superior Township.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Ms. Ibrahim. Ms. Ibrahim, if you are present, could you please state your name for the record?
I do not have her checked.
Not ever checked in. I also do have that she has a warrant on another matter, so. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond in each of these cases will be set in the amount of 5,000, 10%. Those warrants will issue immediately. Court calls the case of People versus Ibrahim.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Ibrahim, if you are present, could you please unmute and state your name for the record?
He's not here. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. 5,000, 10%. Issue immediately. Court calls case of the People versus AJ Stovall.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvan Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Stovall. Mr. Stovall, could you please unmute your microphone and state your name for the record?
AJ Stovall.
Hey, we have a customer.
Thank you. We did discuss this matter, and Mr. Stovall has stated that he is willing to accept the offer from the prosecutor, which was to plead to OWVI second.
I'm sorry.
That is an accurate statement, but before we do that, if Mr. Stovall could please show off his brand spanking new scram tether.
Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get it on camera. I think I'm the first dude that got 2 tethers on now. It's crazy.
Really?
Man, I got a GPS tether and I got a regular tether. I mean, in the scram tether. Hold on, I'm trying to fix it. I'm sorry. Yeah, resume.
We need a camera first before we can see those.
All right, hold on. I got to go to my settings real quick.
Yeah, that's nothing to be proud of.
But I do got the scram tether on though.
Okay, I believe you. It's Miss McDuffie that wants.
All right, hold on, Miss McDuffie. Get it now. Damn, where's it?
Oh, we all believe you got a second tether.
Take that as a legal term. All right.
Settings. Oh, just a second.
Yeah, those tethers interfering with the
There we go.
video. Oh, yeah. No, he's still. Come on, Stovall.
I'm sorry. Your host said actually. I'm trying to. It's not letting me start video. Hold on, I got to go to my settings because it's a Zoom. I just had to download
We were
this app.
gonna do that.
All right, my fault. Hold on, my fault. Here it go, right here.
I gotta have a camera anyway to take the plea, but I. Come on, man. Those tethers work better than his Zoom. Right.
Thank you all for hanging with me on this pointless adventure. I got a sinking feeling Janelle's never going to show up, which is fine.
I'm gonna pass it. How many more jail we have?
Just the last one.
Yeah, Luis Ponte is familiar, but I can't remember why.
Where'd he go?
Lost him.
He left.
Yeah, he just dropped.
Okay, do we have a Spanish interpreter? I'll pass it. 'Cause
Well, I
You sure did.
is Goldstein back yet? Mr. Goldstein, are you back yet?
yes, he is.
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. I'll pass then the Stovall matter.
Okay,
Let me call up.
I'm ready for Mr. Moore.
You are. Okay. Court recalls the case of the People versus Morgan.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Your Honor, I've been having a problem all morning with the Zoom to your court, and I cannot get my camera to start.
It just did. You're looking real good.
There it goes. There it goes. Okay. You know, for the first half an hour, I couldn't get your new password to work.
Yeah. The new year has brought a lot of technological challenges. So
Well, I didn't want to take it personally, Judge, but I thought maybe you gave me the wrong password on purpose, but
Ms. Tang might have. I did not. I told him give it.
That's possible.
All right. Is Mr. Morgan here?
Yes, he is, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, that's right. Okay. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, honestly, Mr. Morgan was AWOL for a while. And so I have not solicited an offer from Ms. McDuffie, nor have I discussed resolution with my client. So,
and I can help refresh on this one. The reason we're here today is because Mr. Morgan had previously, I believe, planned to enter a plea under HIDTA for this case, and he attended a final settlement conference, but left prior to his case being called and the case being resolved. So I just arraigned him on that bench warrant a few days ago. So the offer still stands if Mr. Morgan would like to accept it.
You understand what I'm sorry?
What, it was height of probation?
Yes.
So, the thing okay, so what would that do with my other probation? Would I just like run it concurrent with that one?
Yeah, probably. And that's something we'd have to discuss with the other judge, with Judge Conlon.
It probably blows it up.
Okay, well, I would definitely take that if I can, if it run concurrent with the other probation.
It should. That's up to Judge Conlon, but it should.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you guys want me to do?
Take
I'm just here.
Take a plea, Judge.
Okay, so what am I taking a plea to since he was here then left? So I don't know what we were doing.
He's guilty as charged to attempt RNO. Attempt RNO.
Attempt RNO.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Morgan, can you raise your right hand? There you go. That one. That's the second person today that can't tell. All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name for the record.
Christopher Morgan, Jr.
Mr. Morgan. All right. Mr. Morgan, it's this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and $1,000 fine plus court costs. You
Yes,
understand that?
Yes, sir.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to see, hear, or be a witness for yourself, or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He is now, Your Honor. It's not clear he was at the time that this offense occurred. This occurred back in October of 21.
Were you on probation at that time, sir?
No.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything to get you to plead to this charge?
No.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And because you believe that you are guilty of this offense?
Yes, sir.
October 17, 2021, at the location of Stanford Road and MacArthur Boulevard, Superior Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, did you come into contact with police officers on that date from the Sheriff's Department?
If I can question, Your Honor, this one's a little bit unusual. Mr. Morgan, were you in the vicinity of Stanford Road and MacArthur Boulevard in Superior Township on October 17th of 2021?
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
And did a fully marked police unit come up behind you and turn on their lights?
Yes, sir.
And did you stop your vehicle and jump out of your vehicle and run away?
Yes, sir.
And then, but ultimately you were caught. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I think that covers it, Your Honor.
Yeah, I guess. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge.
Yeah,
refer the defendant to probation for PSI. I'll set his sentencing for February 8th, 2023, 9 a.m.
This guy pleads guilty like a pro.
Mr. Morgan, we're going to put you into a breakout room with our probation department, our probation intake, so they can get information from you and share some information so that we can proceed to sentencing on that date. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Bond, we'll continue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. McDuffie.
Yep, take care.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Do we have an interpreter yet?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Do we have an interpreter? This case.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good
Thank you for
afternoon,
calling
Mr.
Language Line
Inter-
Solutions. Yes, go ahead, ma'am. Sorry.
Court does call the case of the People versus Louis Aponte. Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Interpreter. Our number is 1423.
Thank you very much. I'm
Oh,
ready.
good Lord. We got an
Thank you.
interpreter.
You're in front of
case?
the Honorable J. Cedric Simpson. We need your assistance with one criminal matter. Can you please raise your right hand to be sworn?
Certainly.
Thank you. Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will interpret accurately, completely, and impartially, using your best skill and judgment, and to translate from English into Spanish and from Spanish into English in the manner now before the court, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning and Happy New Year, Mr. Interpreter.
Good morning.
Thank
Happy to hear
you
you as
for
well,
hanging with me
Your
on
Honor.
Court does call the case of the People versus Louis Aponte.
Este tribunal es el llamado para este caso en contra de el Estado, en contra de Luis Aponte.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Tenemos a la
Happy
señorita
New-
Rachel McDuffie para representar al Estado.
Happy New Year to you as well, Your Honor. John Vincent on behalf of Louis Aponte.
En representación del señor Luis Aponte tenemos al señor Vincent, quien también le desea feliz año a su señoría.
Mr. Aponte, can you state your name, please?
Señor Aponte, ¿será tan amable de decirnos cuál es su nombre completo, por favor?
Sí, puedo decir mi nombre, pero no me vas a ver porque no, la pantalla no se ve la computadora. Luis Aponte.
Well, you may hear my name. You will not be able to see me though because the camera is not correctly positioned by my name. My name is Luis Aponte.
I see you, sir.
Sí lo veo, caballero.
All right, what are we doing on this case?
¿Qué vamos a hacer en el presente caso?
Your Honor, I just got assigned to this case. It looks like there's possibly a 911 call out there that we need to find out if there is or isn't. So there's still some discovery that the prosecutor and I need to find out if it's there. Also, I don't know, but I believe that Mr. Fonte is being charged with a felony, possibly. I think he's got some other cases out there. I believe he's been in jail right now for 33 days or 34 days. So I'm kind of playing a little bit of catch up in terms of what's going on with this case. So I think we're going to need
Why don't you let the interpreter catch up?
Okay, sorry.
Thank you very much. Bueno, se presenta el señor juez haciendo la pregunta siguiente. ¿Qué es lo que vamos a hacer en este caso el día de hoy? El señor Vincent hace la siguiente declaración, asegurando que ahorita, al parecer, se trata de una llamada que se hizo al 911. Según se ha investigado, el señor Vincent asegura que este es un caso que él apenas acaba de recibir o se le acaba de asignar por esta potencial llamada al 911. Entonces, ahorita se está tratando de determinar cuál es el verdadero motivo por el cual se le tiene aquí. Todavía se cuenta con elementos probatorios que tiene la fiscalía y yo quiero pensar que el señor Aponte cuenta con un delito mayor y otros posiblemente casos más que todavía están en calidad de pendientes. Ahorita lleva el señor Aponte aproximadamente la cantidad de 33 o tal vez 34 días ya de encarcelamiento. Pero en estos momentos me encuentro averiguando, tratando de ponerme al corriente de por qué motivo estamos tratando con este caso el día de hoy. Thank you.
So are you asking for an adjournment?
Caballero, ¿está usted
Yeah.
solicitando un aplazamiento de este caso?
Yes, Your Honor. And on this one, I think maybe if we could get more than a week, because I know there's a video out there that I'm still trying to get. I'm still trying to download it. It's been sent, but it's a big file, so I'm having trouble downloading it. So if we could have 2 weeks.
Y la respuesta es sí, su señoría. Yo creo que si nos pudiera usted regalar más de una semana, sería muy útil porque sé de la existencia de un video que se encuentra disponible por ahí, el cual necesito conseguir. Ya lo traté de bajar, pero es un video que está muy pesado realmente y me está costando trabajo el poderlo bajar bien. Así que 2 semanas serían muy útiles.
Adjourned to January 24th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continue.
Your Honor, can I ask a question about the bond? What bond is on him for this case, and if you know for the other cases, because I visited him in the jail yesterday, and he's definitely expressed a desire to be released. I said, well, on this case, I don't know, but it sounds like you have a bigger case on you. So I'm still trying to kind of figure that out. What is his bond on
The
him?
bond on this case is 2,000 cash surety. Go ahead, Mr. Interpreter.
Surely, thank you. Bien, este es un caso que se está posponiendo entonces para el día 24 de enero del 2023 a las 9 de la mañana para presentar también un pago de fianza. Es aquí donde el señor abogado que representa al señor Aponte pregunta a su señoría, ¿cuál es la fianza que se va a estipular en este caso y en los otros posibles casos que tiene el señor Aponte? Porque ayer que se le visitó en la cárcel y ya platicamos con el señor Aponte, él externó su deseo de salir libre. Él quiere quedar bajo libertad ya. A lo que yo respondí que no sé cómo vamos a proceder para este caso todavía. La respuesta a la pregunta de en cuánto va a quedar la fianza para este caso en particular es de $2,000 como un pago de una fianza de una fianza con seguro en efectivo, $2,000. Thank you very much.
And Your Honor, just quickly looking at XJL, it looks like Mr. Aponte has 4 other cases with a total of $80,000 cash surety bond on those.
También la señorita McDuffie está haciendo del conocimiento del señor juez que según revisando aquí los expedientes, el señor Aponte cuenta también con la cantidad de 4 casos adicionales en donde tiene estipulada una cantidad de $80,000 como una fianza con seguro en efectivo.
¿Podré hablar privado con el abogado?
Can I go into a breakout room with my attorney?
Okay, I'm done with the case. However, so his bond will continue. I've given you the date, and I will put you into a breakout room with your attorney, since this is our last jail.
That's correct.
And also the interpreter.
Certainly. Bueno, hemos terminado ya con este caso, pero la fianza va a continuar. Ya hemos dado la fecha, se le va a dar esta fecha nuevamente y lo voy a colocar en una sala privada con su abogado y el intérprete.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can we recall Mr. Stoll?
Court recalls the case of the People versus A.J. Stovall.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Silvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Mr. Stovall. Mr. Stovall, could you please turn on your camera, unmute your microphone, and state your name for the record?
AJ Stovall.
All right. And what do you want to, Mr. Duffy, you wanted to see his tether?
You're muted.
It's Graham Tether. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. This camera.
Why we need to see it. Hey, he's on. I have information. But...
Okay. Well, it's because of a lot of months that we went believing that he was on it and he didn't have it. So
yeah,
I just had to lay eyes on him.
He's got one on each leg.
Okay.
All right. What are we doing?
Well, that's kind of cool. I've never seen one before.
He is going to take advantage of the offer that was presented by Ms. McDuffie to plead to the OWVI second.
So is he pleading to the high BAC second offense with dismissal of count 2 or something else?
I was under the understanding that he was going to be pleading to a operating while visibly impaired second offense.
Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
So please raise your right hand.
Oh, good Lord.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help
Just
you
watch
God?
court all day?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name again for the record, please.
AJ Stovall.
All right, Mr. Stovall, this court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of operating while visibly impaired, second offense.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to, I think it's a $1,000 fine plus court costs, 5 days to 1 year in jail, and the court could order community service or any rehabilitative services the court deems necessary. You
You have a
understand that?
Janelle sighting.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand also, sir, that the court could order your vehicle immobilized, could order it forfeited, could also order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services. You understand that?
Janelle
Yes,
in the
Your Honor.
house.
Understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak to you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
I'm on probation.
Okay, were you on probation at the time of this offense in May of 2021?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I need you to understand that your entry of a plea in this case could then be considered a violation of your probation. You understand that?
Yes. Well,
And if it is considered a violation of your probation, the court could sentence you to the maximum allowable under that other charge or charges. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And understanding that, do you still wish to plead guilty to this charge?
Your Honor, is it possible that I can talk to my can I go to court for my probation violation and see what they do first before I take a plea, before they do anything?
Counsel, what do you want to do?
Is it possible? Can you push this off for 2
No,
weeks
it's
just so
cool.
I can think and get everything situated? As
Really
far as
is.
like me taking a plea.
Counsel, what do you wish for me to do on this case?
If Ms. McDuffie is agreeable to a 2-week adjournment, I would think that would probably be best.
I don't have any objection, but Mr. Stovall will want to reach out directly because they may be waiting to find out what happens here. So we don't want
Happens
to
on this one. Exactly. Okay. I'll adjourn this matter to 24th, 2023, 9 a.m. I'm ready to do this or not. Thank you. I will continue.
Thank you, Judge.
Court calls the case, People versus Tobat Taylor.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Ms. Taylor. Ms. Taylor, could you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Over Taylor.
Thank you. I believe that in this matter, we are going to request an adjournment. We are waiting for a 911 call to be ordered.
January 10th, 2023, 1 p.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. White. Court calls the case, People versus Ashley White.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender, with and on behalf of Ms. White. Ms. White, could you please turn on your camera, unmute your microphone, and state your name for the record?
Certainly video. There you go. Am I on?
You
Can
are,
you hear
yes,
me?
I can see you, and I
Okay.
can hear you.
Ashley White.
Thank you. Your Honor, Ms. White is going to take advantage of the prosecutor deferred option and plead as charged in this matter. No contest.
Where did this come through? From whom? Or Hold on one moment, folks. Oh, it's this one. I got it. Never mind. What is she going to be? Is she going to be pleading guilty or no contest?
No contest.
And Your Honor, just to make sure the record is clear, the offer is for a delayed dismissal following the end of probation.
A delayed dismissal.
So in other words, I offered a dismissal under 771.1 in this case.
You're doing it as what we call a prosecutor's deferred,
Yes,
or is it something different?
we call it that. We can talk more about that offline later.
No, it's okay. I'm going to call it what I call it, and you guys just have to get used to my language. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State your name for the record, please.
Ashley White.
All right, Ms. White, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading no contest to the charge of breaking and entering or illegal entry. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down.
Okay.
All right. First of all, do you understand what a no contest plea is?
As of last night, yes.
Let me explain a couple of things about a no contest plea that I got to make sure that you understand. The first thing you need to understand about a no contest plea is it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. You understand that?
Yes.
Second thing you need to understand about a no contest plea is that for purposes of sentencing, the court is going to treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any other questions regarding a no contest plea?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You understand that the maximum penalty is 90 days and or a $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Given all of that, do you still wish to plead no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, the basis for the no contest plea?
Potential civil liability.
Ma'am, to that charge, how do you plead?
That was potential civil liability.
Civil liability. That was the basis for the no contest plea. So, ma'am?
Okay, that wasn't discussed, so I'm not sure. I
Oh,
guess
good
that would still
Lord.
be yes.
You
if
plead
that's
no
the
contest.
Continuation of what we had discussed, that those words. do
So,
continue.
ma'am, I have to have a reason other than you pleading guilty. I have to have a reason to offered by counsel to take a plea under the theory of a no
yes.
contest
Then
plea.
that was just the
So-
terminology that wasn't
Then, yeah.
used. I was just given words for my understanding. So yes. So I
yes.
forgot what was said, but yes, I agree to that
So
verbiage.
to the charge, how do you plead, ma'am?
No contest.
Now you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Because of that, you're also giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak to you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead to this charge?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court has been handed Michigan Department of State Police report for their incident number 3111-22. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
No objection, Your Honor.
No, thank you.
Court, upon review of that report, does find a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this offense. Counsel, have I complied with the court ruling would be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
People are satisfied.
Defense is satisfied.
Or will accept the defendant's plea of no contest to this charge. Defendant is referred to probation for pre-sentence investigation and report and consideration of prosecutors deferred. Sentencing in this matter will be February 8th. Is that right?
Yes, I'm sorry.
February 8th, 2023, 9 a.m. All right, ma'am, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put you into a breakout room with probation intake so you can exchange information with them.
Okay.
And we can be prepared to go forth with sentencing. Okay?
Okay.
Bond will continue. Thank you. To a breakout room. Your computer shut down again. Oh, Ms. Tang, could you do the breakout room? This computer in here closed out again.
Of course, Judge.
Thank you. I can go ahead.
Yeah, it seems to continue to run, so.
Court does call the case, People versus Sandra Young.
Rachel McDuffie for the people.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Ms. Young. Ms. Young, could you please unmute your microphone and state your name for the record?
My name is Sandra Young.
And what are we doing?
Your Honor, I have received a copy of a valid license permission, so the people move to dismiss this case.
Any objection?
None.
Case is dismissed. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Just fly right in. Yeah. You need a second? You need some time, that's
Yeah,
fine.
no, it was just me. Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Janelle, we want to see your face.
Abby? Court
We
does
love
call
you
the
here.
case of the People versus DeAndre Abney Leggett.
Jamil Williams for
No.
Superior Township.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Mr. Abney Leggett. Could you please unmute your microphone and state your name for the record?
Which one's the warrant? I don't have it.
These front two are what are on the back.
Oh. All right, bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. These matters bond will be set 5,000, 10%. Those warrants will not issue until, well, no, there's the previous warrants. So those warrants will issue immediately. She has warrants in the other matters.
Jason's saying what we're all thinking.
Court calls case People versus Kenneth Hall.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Mr. Hall.
And Jamil Williams for Superior Township.
I do see you logged in. Could you please state your name for the record?
Mr. Hall, can you state your name?
Oh, come on.
I see him, but I can't hear him.
Kenneth Hall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, what are we doing in these cases?
Your Honor, I did not hear back from Mr. Hall, so I would request I guess 1 week is fine, adjournment for me to discuss this with him.
Mr. Hall, you need to make sure to call your attorney back. I will adjourn it out this time. January 10th, 2023, 1 p.m. in both matters. Thank you. Don, continue. I have Kyle. Clerk calls the case, people versus Michael Kyle.
Bill Williams for Superior Township.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Mr. Kyle. Mr. Kyle, can you please state your name for the record?
Michael Kyle.
In this matter, Mr. Kyle informs me that his license the restriction has been lifted and he just owes fees. So we would like to ask for an adjournment to allow him to get those paid and get a valid license.
I was going to start a payment plan for them to expedite the process of getting my license back.
So how much time does he need to pay on?
About to start a payment plan. If I could just get time to start a payment plan, so about a month or two at the most. Even if I have to wait for my taxes to come back, I can pay it all in full.
If we could get a February date, hopefully we can at least have made some progress by then.
You have February.
So.
No, I'm sending it to.
So my understanding is that first date is the 21st.
Of February.
Yes, as long as that's a Tuesday, I'm trying for everything. Yes, my understanding is the 21st is the first date.
For him.
Yes.
Okay, I will adjourn this matter to February 21st, 2023. 9 a.m. That will be before Judge Barr.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
He does. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice touch.
Now you have the dark, right?
Court calls the case, people versus Abdurrahman Bidara.
Bill Williams for Superior Township.
Yes, Honor.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Mr. Idara. Once again, I was not able to get a response from him, so if we could ask for one last adjournment, and hopefully we will be able to make contact so that we can figure something out on this case.
Sir, you need to call your attorney. January 10th, 2023, 1 p.m.
Oh, the suspense.
Thank
Hope it
you.
never
Bond
ends.
continued. Court calls the case, people versus Janelle Manigault.
Bill Williams for Superior Township.
Sylvana Reed, Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Ms. Manigault. Ms. Manigault, could you state your name for the record?
Yes, Janelle Renee Manigault.
Your Honor, I was
Manigault, where are we?
I did go up to the Secretary of State. I took the test, but I have to go back up there and take it again because I failed it twice. But I did do good on my parallel parking.
Hold on a second. So,
no.
So the written part of the test you need to do now?
Yes, sir.
Miss Manigault,
Yes, sir.
you're killing me here.
I'm
So
not
what about
trying
what about the parallel parking?
I did good. I really did good. My family been helping me, so I did good.
Okay, so you gotta when are you gonna go take the written test again?
Probably sometime next week. I've been studying. You know, I just got a little bit nervous. When is one
Okay, so
thing
you're
I
gonna
got
take
nervous?
that next week, and then Miss Manigault.
And they gave me a book, so I didn't really need
Okay,
it. But
all right, read that. That'd be good.
Yeah.
So then you got to take the driving test.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get the written test out of the way. I'll adjourn this to the 24th.
Oh no, it's worse.
Thank you.
I thought she'd passed the
Just
written.
so that parties, you're welcome, Ms. Manigault. So the parties know this case is the case that I'm keeping.
But I've been trying. I have been trying really hard.
Miss Manigault, I know you have. I am not going to complain about that at all. You try more than most people I have before me, so you're good. Don't worry about it. Let's just get you through this. Okay. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Or
Dang.
about 3 weeks. Court
Where's
calls
the
case,
partial
people
victory?
versus Montrell Waters.
Bill Williams for Superior Township.
Tell
We
me
want to
what
read
you had to
Assistant
do.
Public
Pass
Defender
parallel
Vinson on
parking?
behalf of Mr. Waters. Mr. Waters, could you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Montreal Waters.
Thank you. Mr. Waters informs me that he does have about $150 left that he has to pay in order to get a valid license. So we would like to ask for an adjournment in this matter to allow him to do that.
Okay, you guys have to tell me after all that. We there. We saw Janelle. We saw Janelle. I mean, it really deserves one of these.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What?
She failed the written test. Oh. Did she pass the driving test so she doesn't have to parallel park anymore? Because the written test is really easy. She passed the parallel parking. Okay, well then this is a 2-inch putt. She passed driving, yes. Okay. Well, then I think she's done the hard part. Assuming that's true. I have my doubts, though, because I thought that because before she said all she had to do was do parallel parking. So now we've got the, well, you never passed the written part. I have my doubts here. I mean, I hope it's true. But it doesn't add up to me. Janelle. Oh, Janelle. She said she has to do it all over again. No, she didn't pass the driving. Okay. At least you guys are confused like me with this. I mean, she doesn't have a license. We know that. She can parallel park now. All right. A year later, she got the book. Yes, Kevin. When I got my driver's license, I took the test in Michigan. But, it was all horse and buggy stuff then. You can't take the driving test without passing the written. That makes all the sense in the world. Why are we bothering with that if you haven't taken the written? And it's like a simple test that you can take in like 20 minutes on a computer. I would think that would be a prerequisite to taking the driving test. I think her position is I've learned how to parallel park, which, yeah. But that doesn't make that implies to me that she had previously passed the written test and now is not. We're reverting. It's getting worse. Oh, Janelle. Her permit expired and she has to start over. Okay. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're pulling for Janelle. We want her to get licensed. We do. Once you fail, you have to restart. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Thank you all for coming out. How long is this stream? How long have we been on here? Almost 3 hours now. To see Janelle and she doesn't get it done. Wah, wah, wah. What are you going to do? But you know what? There's nobody I'd rather hang out with in my chat all morning. I was telling Iris in Discord this morning, but I had one thing up at 9. I've got a depth this afternoon, so I got to get ready for that. It's not a big deal. but I had Yesenia taking care of that situation for me. I was hoping we'd get onto it early. Although we got very lucky. There was some fun stuff along the way. My favorite part that we tripped across is the guy lying through his teeth about not driving while entering a plea and then getting called out by the prosecutor. That was kind of fun. Made it all worth it for me. All right. I don't know. I think we'll just continue to follow Janelle, and someday she's gonna get there. Someday Janelle's gonna make it. I have a playlist for her. It's gonna have 27 videos before she gets her license back. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. I'll see y'all soon.